Coming to you live from Book World. No words are spoken, only typed out. That's right. So just go ahead and make sure you WRITE your travel agent. That's right. And book a ticket to International RSS, the unofficial Rick and Morty book podcast.
It's a book podcast now. The show's never coming back, and we're just talking about books on Interdimensional RSS, the unofficial Rick and Morty podcast. My name is Travis.
My name is Brandon, and
Thank
welcome
you.
to this.
Welcome to this. Welcome to a podcast where we talk about Rick and Morty. Fear not, travelers. The new season will be here before you know it. It's like a month and a half, 2 months away. Who knows? But it's gotta come eventually, right? It has to.
Right?
Doesn't it?
Yeah, that's fine. It'll be here soon enough. Ready for your ear and eye holes. I'm just looking so much towards it, you know.
You're looking so much towards it. And
Yeah,
we're looking forward to watching the show and talking to all of you, Unity, that are listening or watching live on YouTube and Twitch. If you want to connect with us and tell us how excited you are for Season 4, there are so many ways you can do that. You can head over to RickandMortyPodcast.reddit.com or the RickandMorty.reddit.com subreddit. Just talk with the folks that keep reposting memes out there. You can follow us on Twitter at RickandMortyPod, or you can go to our website, RickandMortyPod.com. You can also look us up on Facebook, Rick and Morty Podcast, or send us an email at RickandMortyPodcast@gmail.com. That's right. Email is still a thing that we use.
Yes, it is. It is. We actually do get emails from folks from time to time.
Yeah, it's not all the time, but sometimes we get an email.
Like we got one from TeePublic, and they're like, "Hey, do your store?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And I put like a design on there.
Yeah,
And we did it.
yeah, and sometimes our emails are not like spam, so that's great. Oh, we have a fun noise over on from the folks that are watching along at twitch.tv/apathetic-enthusiasm, or over on YouTube, just search Apathetic Enthusiasm. But R10NX hosting our show once again.
Yeah.
Big ups to you. Thank you so much for doing that. And thanks to everybody that is following along live and waiting eagerly every Monday night for a new episode of whatever podcast we are delivering. It's so happy to have you along this ride through literature with us.
This roller coaster ride. Yes, sir. I recorded an episode of Submitted for Your Approval yesterday, day before, with old Matt Size Mode. And I thought, oh man, this would be. I could probably put this on Twitch, and then I was like, nah, too much work.
We'll let Travis just handle all that streaming business. And he can deal with all the like happy sounds that come from alerts and when people do fun things.
That's right.
But yeah, thanks to everybody that's watching, and one final thank you to everyone over at patreon.com/RickandMortyPod that continues to support the show financially. You guys are the real heroes. All right, well, I think, I don't know, unless there's any like, I don't know, non-Rick and Morty type related things you want to talk about, we can jump right into this episode if you're ready.
Yeah. Do you want me to do a wacky and wild semi-pertinent news, or should we do it differently?
Well, let's just get into our first segment, which is semi-pertinent news. Normally this is where Brandon would do a wacky and zany improvised, stupid musical intro. But it is with heavy hearts that we deliver some somber news in semi-pertinent news. We're probably like not delivering this news to you. This is about a week late, but if you haven't heard, there was a loss last week in the Rick and Morty community. Mike Mendel, who was a producer on Rick and Morty from the get-go, he helped get the show rolling. He's also worked on The Simpsons and countless other animated shows. I think he worked on The Critic, right?
Yeah, I worked on
Which,
The Critic too as well. Yeah.
man, I remember being a very young human and watching The Critic and really appreciating that show quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what's crazy to me is his name is a name you saw on all for Rick and Morty. You saw on every episode
Yeah,
in the credits, produced by Mike Mendel, and yeah, even we talked to Brian Jordan Newton at one point in time. I think he's mentioned Mike Mendel throughout his interviews, and it's one of those names that you're like, okay, you're just gonna take for granted, whatever. Um, and then you hear about his passing, and then you think, I like then that was my time to look him up, and I think last episode was when like Harmon was already talking about it on Harmontown. That was Monday of last week. That was last week,
hmm
and I was like, like he was a bigger part of the show that I knew. And then I looked more into him and realized, I'm a huge Simpsons fan, especially those first 10 seasons which he worked on,
yeah,
and was instrumental in bringing it from the Tracy Ullman show into a primetime television thing, and just realizing like, oh, this guy has had, uh, whether I knew it or not, had just a profound effect on me growing up and who I am as far as pop culture goes. And I wanted to make sure that we gave him a shout out, just to say how much we appreciate him. I know that over on Twitter, over on Facebook, there's just so much admiration for this guy from folks who currently work on Rick and Morty, who've said, hey, he got them their first job in the industry. Talking about how they're devastated. Justin Roiland put out that he's devastated about it. A bunch of folks from The Simpsons, Mike Scully, Josh Weinstein, Seth Green,
yeah.
who wasn't a Simpsons guy, but
Yeah, but still part of the Adult Swim family, and I'm
yeah, yeah, yeah,
sure probably worked on some projects with him or something like that. Yeah,
yeah. And
and
you listened to Harmontown. You listened to the whole Harmontown thing, right?
yeah. So, um, and it was a sudden thing. Like it was not like he wasn't sick or anything. So it whenever someone dies and it's like sudden, it's sometimes almost a little bit more jarring because like he was out with people from work the night before,
At a
and
Dodgers
then
game. Yeah.
yeah, and then all of a sudden the next day he's gone, and so Dan really was just sort of trying to put his thoughts out there, and anger is sort of a direction that he moves initially as he works through dabda and the denial, anger, bargaining, all of that stuff. But yeah, just really him and Rob Schraub both just really sharing their hearts and sharing the connection that they had with Mike, and it's interesting to me because there you think about the creators of Rick and Morty, and you think of Justin and Dan, but it's I mean from all the accounts that I've heard, like Mike was in the center of that as well, and really like he was that quiet like third partner in crime that like made sure the trains ran on time and made sure
Yeah.
episodes came out, and Dan kind of credits him as being the guy that made sure they actually made the episodes. I think on Harmontown he says if it wasn't for Mike that you'd only have like 4 episodes every 8 years or something instead of
Yeah.
what we've gotten so far. So
Yep.
a huge loss for the show, and our hearts go out to everyone in the Mendel family as well as on the crew and everybody that knew him. Just sorry to you, and hopefully, I don't know, we can honor his memory in some way.
Some way, shape, or form. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway,
Yeah, so that's semi-pertinent news. It's
news.
we'd transition into a Dan Harmon social media minute. Dan, on his Instagram again was talking about this topic over the last week, posting a photo of a cute little kitten. But his words in the caption really embody his frustration and sort of his wrestling with grief, and it's real. Like we joke about, Dan and Justin and these larger than life characters who are real people that make amazing television, but they deal with loss the same way we do. And so again, sorry to those guys. It's a downer. It really sucks. But hopefully the rest of this episode can maybe bring some joy and honor the work that Mike did on Rick and Morty, and as well as the rest of the cast and crew. So that is semi-pertinent news.
That was it.
That's it.
I forewent wacky thing so we could talk about something serious.
And now back to our regularly scheduled program. Block. Let's break the tension here a little bit. Let's get into the main thing. Bringing percussion in. I love that we both got pocket operators so that we could make cool music bits, and then we only used them on the show where we talked about pocket operators. Right. It's there. Well, as we hinted at the top of the show, we are again talking about books in this episode. On our last episode, we talked about comic books, and we covered some of the early comics, Rick and Morty comics, but we have a very different sort of book to share with you this week. It is finally the time when we will feature an interview with Matt Brady, the author of The Science of Rick and Morty, the unofficial guide to Earth's Stupidest Show. We actually did this interview a few weeks ago. It's been a month ago. I mean, if we're being honest, we've done this interview twice. I think we've hinted about it on several occasions. We got to talk to Matt before the book was released in the UK, but it is finally time for us rebellious Americans to get our hands on this book. And so Matt was gracious enough to come back and meet with us again and talk more about the book. And it was awesome because we got a chance to actually read through the book prior to this interview. So it really allowed us to be better interviewers this time and ask more I don't know, decent questions.
Yeah, more decent questions. And what's interesting is we prepared way more for this interview, and I felt like I did such a exponentially shittier job talking to him.
You did fine. We're a great team there, Brandon.
Yeah. Well, I'm right about that. Shit.
Well, I don't want to talk it up too much. Maybe you guys will love it. Maybe you guys won't. But this is our interview with Matt Brady, author of The Science of Rick and Morty.
And then we're pausing there. And I want to put a little marker.
Write down the time, Brandon.
Marker.
Should I keep recording this part? On Reaper? You want me to keep recording it on Reaper?
I can just keep recording, bruh.
Let's doing it. We're doing it live. So for you guys hanging out on Twitch and YouTube, we did this interview a month ago. And so if you want to hear the interview with Matt, which I highly recommend you do, make sure that you're downloading the audio version of this podcast. It'll be available on Apple Podcasts and Stitcher and all those places, wherever you originally found us. Probably tomorrow or the next day, very soon.
Yeah, it'll be we don't want to sit here with you and just like play audio and then have you be like just stare at us listening to the audio and be like, there it is. Oh, look, Brandon's not even talking, but he's talking.
Hey guys, listen to this question. This is where I ask a good question.
Oh, like doing color commentary on our.
Oh yeah, we could have just done.
Oh shit. Oh, we could have. Well,
Nah, next
Hindsight.
time. Next time. Yeah,
Heck,
we'll figure it out.
oh,
But yeah,
mhm.
some of you guys are
So,
hanging out in stream. So if you want to chat, if you want to talk about some stuff, Brandon's got some, I don't know, trivia or Mad Libs or something. We could do something.
we've got a loaded show for you, our our
Our
lawyer.
lawyer fans.
uh, we got a whole slew of things. Of course, we can read might read a little excerpt from this, just a real quick
Oh,
excerpt.
oh yeah.
To tide you over, something to tide you over. Creep
With
show. Oh, we can talk about Creep show. I love that show.
without the permission of whatever the publishing company is here.
No, no, it's fine
Actual.
because we're critiquing it,
Oh
and
yeah, that makes sense.
yeah,
Sure.
we got some Mad Libs, of course. Got some Mad Libs, and
The
then
maddest of libs.
my friend Omar, ol Omar, uh, he got me some of this stuff. Bigga, 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 bigga.
Is
That's
that
right.
flurb juice
It's
or
that flea.
fleeb
It's that
juice?
flea juice. Wee.
Wow, wow.
We're gonna fleeb the shit out of
Is
your
that
face.
an energy drink, Brandon?
It is. I'm not gonna drink the whole thing.
Oh, I was gonna say you're gonna be riggedy wrecked.
I'm gonna save it for the morning.
Okay.
I'm gonna drink a little bit. I'll go glug glug glug, and then and save it for the
And then
morning.
describe how it tastes on your palate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
Okay.
and I'll talk a little bit. I'll introduce that segment by discussing how I don't really have a palate when it comes to taste. And I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
Yeah. Did I give D Squeeze a shout out for hosting us as well? Thank you, D Squeeze, for always being so supportive with the streams.
Oh yeah. You know what else?
Yeah.
You know what else we have to do, Travis?
No, I don't.
Yeah. I mean the other half of the podcast.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, let's do something real quick, and then we'll do the other half of the podcast, and then we can, hang
okay.
out with the streamers.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. Well. Let me go ahead and answer quick 666's question. Aren't they doing a creep show series or a new movie or something? Hell yes, they are. Do yourself a favor, just subscribe to Shudder. Or pirate it, whatever you're gonna do. There's a new creep show series on Shudder exclusively, show run by Greg Nicotero, the famous arts effects guy. He also is a showrunner for Walking Dead nowadays, which I'm not a huge fan of. But yeah, like so he directed the first episode. So each episode is two segments, 15 minutes each or so. He directed the first of the first segment of the first episode, which was a story called Gray Matter, which was a Stephen King short story. And then the second story was called House of the Head, which was a really 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 cool segment that scared the shit out of my 7-year old. um, and then next week, the second episode, Rob Schraub directed a segment called Bad Wolf Down, which is about werewolves fighting Nazis in World War II.
Classic Shrab.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I mean,
oh,
it's just like straight up anthology stuff, right? Like it's all different
yeah.
stories, and that's pretty cool. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I watched a Twilight Zone the other day, and it was probably
Ooh.
one of my least favorite ones I've watched.
Oh no, which one was it?
Mr. Beavis.
Yeah, Zephyr music.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That episode is so bad, dude. I'm sorry.
Anyway, that's for another podcast on our Apathetic Enthusiasm podcast network, which you all clearly follow.
Father's Day cake. That's the segment of Creep Show. Okay. No. Okay. So I don't remember what we were actually talking about.
We talked about doing the other half of the podcast.
Oh, we did. Do you want?
Do you want to read an excerpt from the book? Do you have something selected?
Yeah. I'll just. I opened up to a random page, and it's in this section called Black Holes, Wormholes, and Exoplanets. Now in the interview, we talk a little bit to Matt about this being a kind of Trojan horse for science.
Yeah.
uh, it's got Rick and Morty as kind of a leaping point for like scientific concepts, and this is much more. It's not. I don't want to say it's not entertaining, but it's infotainment.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely educational, and you will learn things reading this book. It is not designed to be like just like jokes and funny stuff. That's Rick and Morty related. It is legit scientific information that is rooted in concepts that have been featured in Rick and Morty episodes.
That's right. That's right. All right. So I'm just real quick excerpt about wormholes. Okay. All right. Let's see where do I want to start that. Open any popular astrophysics or relativity text, and you'll more than likely find a pretty standard illustration showing space time like a piece of paper bent over on itself, like with a wormhole connecting the two distant points. Ooh, look at you. You got it before I do. Wormholes are a shortcut through hyperspace or an area outside of our universe's regular space, connecting one region to another far away. Uh, Astrophysicists talk about wormholes in documentaries, write about them in books, and comment on them in public talks. And they were discovered in maths. In MA,
3 weeks earlier.
wormholes are an example of a discovery, quote unquote, in science that's made without direct observable evidence. They're hypothetical, but no one is thinking that one is going to show up anytime soon. We're not even likely to spot one by gazing out into the stars. But while they are hypothetical, they do have solid footing on which to stand. Einstein's theory of general relativity, and then it goes a little bit further, and it says it means they exist somehow, somewhere, maybe.
Yes, thank you, Brandon, for reading to the class. Uh, what I will say about Matt's book and his writing is he can get very deep and very into a lot of details about science, but he does relate things like to the show or to other concepts, and it feels pretty accessible. Where he'll drop some jokes in and things like that, where it doesn't take itself too seriously, but it is serious about the science. So yeah, again, go check out the book. Go listen to the full interview over on the audio version of the podcast.
Go.
And thanks to the people that that keep showing up in the stream. First time, long time. Have a good day. Face is back. Omar making an appearance.
Hello, my friend.
Hello. Shall we? Do you want to get into the Fleeb juice, or do you want to save that for the post show?
Let's save that for the post show. Let's get on. So for those who are just joining the stream, we were going to do an interview. Well, we did the interview. We recorded that. We're not doing that right here, but we are going to now do our envelope where we pretend like we just finished listening to our
It's
episode.
my favorite. You guys are witnessing an amazing moment. It's one of my favorite things in my entire podcasting career when we pretend that we just listened to whatever we inputted into the podcast.
that's
my favorite. We do like fake laughter. It's great. I love it.
All right, let me get a marker set up. And then I say coming back and I put come in back in. I missed the G. All right. And
I have no idea how this podcast or how the interview ended, so it might not be funny like the way we ended.
I think it ended on. I think I messed up the ending. I think
Okay.
I didn't think we ended on a natural note. I was just like, okay,
All right, cool. Fake laughter it is.
quit. All right. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Oh man, that's so great. Thank you. Thanks so much to Matt for hanging out with us and being on the show, being willing to come back on the show and put up with our technical difficulties that we dealt with. But very, very cool. Very cool book, and so excited that he took the time to talk to us about the book and share some of the details about what went into writing it and and everything else. So yeah, big shout out to Matt. Make sure you go out and pick up the book. It is available when, Brandon? When is it available?
It is oh man, really? You're gonna throw that on me? You're gonna throw you fudge. I think it's available everywhere as soon as this podcast comes out, the
Yeah,
1st of
go buy it right
October.
now. Just go to your bookstore, go to Amazon. I think we talked about it in the interview.
Yeah, yeah,
Which
right.
the interview that we clearly just listened to. So yeah, go buy the book. It is out in October. All right, everybody, that is it for the main thing. It is now time for everyone's favorite segment, listener suggestions and short outs. We're having fun tonight.
We're all over the we're
Yeah,
all over the
and this this listener suggestions and short outs segment features a couple of reviews.
Yes, yes it does. Yes it does. Over on Apple Podcasts, we got a slew of reviews.
There's reviews.
Slew. um which one do you want to look at first, right?
I'll read the short one.
Okay.
The first one is from Toonbox C. And it says, "Pass the guac, bro. These boys going straight ham on that Rick and Morty podcast game, bruh. Done improvising some fun songs and checking that Dan Harmon social, bruh. Hold on tight, bruh." That is a review that gets my stamp of approval. 5 stars.
Five stars. You what tickled me about you reading that review is every time you gave the like extra half a second pause anytime you said bruh checking that Dan Harmon social, bruh. Hold on tight.
You gotta let the bruh breathe. It's gotta float in the air and permeate the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's like put it around your snifter, whatever that thing's called.
Yeah, whatever.
Real quick side story. My 7-year-old had to make a bracelet in school the other day. And you had to make with beads, make one word. And so the word he put on his bracelet was nothing. He put nothing on his bracelet, but then he found 3 little avocado shaped beads, and he put those on. I'm like, oh, what does that mean? He's like, nothing matters but guacamole. Like, yeah, you little shit.
So your
You
kid.
you are my kid. All right, so let's move on just a little bit. This review is from Josh K. Yarsgaard, who we talked about him last time. He was the one who hit us up on Twitter and was like, "Hey, I want to do an essay on your podcast. If I can ask you a few questions, what have you?" Sure, gave him some input. Well, he put that input, that essay, directly into a review. And I said I was going to read it out loud on this podcast.
You gonna read the whole thing?
It's get prepared, everybody. Buckle in.
Buckle up. Let's go. Buckle up in the Rickmobile because we're
Click.
going for a ride.
Make sure if you're too short, you don't get on the airbag side.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Safety first.
Good show. Lots of potential, it's titled. Background information. Interdimensional RSS, the unofficial Rick and Morty podcast, hosted by Travis and Brandon, is one of the largest podcasts about Rick and Morty, the hit adult cartoon on Adult Swim. The show has been running nearly bi-weekly since January 15th, 2017. Travis and Brandon produced 2 other podcasts named Apathetic Enthusiasm and Submitted for Your Approval, a Twilight Zone podcast. Travis and Brandon have had an uphill battle producing this podcast for the last 2 years. Due to unresolved issues, there hasn't been a new episode of Rick and Morty since October 1st, 2017. Brandon and Travis have come up with creative topics from fan theory reviews to trivia shows. In the lull between the 3rd and 4th season, Brandon and Travis have managed to keep their show alive and well. Structure and summary each episode of Interdimensional RSS begins with a segment entitled Semi-Pertinent News, SPN for short. SPN covers news that isn't crucial to the show, but exists in the periphery. The news discussed often involves the show's creators, comic conventions, R&M tidbits from Adult Swim, and other not so exciting news. The segment is an easy way for fans to keep up with the real world workings surrounding Rick and Morty. Inside SPN, there's a subsegment referred to as the Dan Harmon Social Media Minute. In a few quick minutes, Travis and Brandon note interesting posts from the social media of Dan Harmon, co-creator of Rick and Morty and creator of NBC's Community. Following SPN, the bulk of the podcast is taken up by a segment called The Main Thing. Main Thing. This segment ranges from a buddy podcast to an interview or even a trivia game show. The bulk of the first episode I listened to, episode 79, obligatory Q&A episode, the main thing included Brandon and Travis reading fan theories about Rick and Morty. The two co-hosts alternated reading theories about the plot of Rick and Morty, the characters, and speculation on season 4. In the second episode I listened to, episode 80, Trivia Time, Brandon and Travis ask each other trivia questions. At the end of the show, Brandon and Travis answer fan emails and questions or read new reviews of the podcast. This segment of the podcast is called Listener Suggestions and Shortouts. Content review. I didn't find the content of the two podcasts I listened to for this interview particularly compelling. The lack of new Rick and Morty content for 2 years would give even the most talented broadcaster a challenge. I think Brandon and Travis have done the best they could with a bad situation. Interdimensional RSS is an entertaining podcast to listen to if you're a big Rick and Morty fan. The hosts are very knowledgeable and have good insights into the show. The commentary and chemistry that Brandon and Travis have together makes for a fun and engaging listening experience. Podcast advertising. The 2 episodes of Interdimensional RSS I heard did not have any formal advertising or copy reading. Instead, the hosts generate their revenue from Patreon, a crowdfunding source for creators. They intend to just cover their monthly operating costs. I reached out to the creators of the podcast on Twitter for their insight on why they don't include formal brand sponsorship. Travis and Brandon told me they didn't believe ads for sexual impotence or underwear fit in with the whole Rick and Morty animations feel. They also said they don't have the fame to justify selling out like that.
These are direct quotes, ladies and gentlemen.
Final score. Upon further review of this podcast, I've settled on a score of 3 out of 5 stars. The sound quality of the show is great. The sound effects are interesting, and the editing is tight. Yeah. I think the production value and topics of the show will increase with the release of the season 4 in November. I'm excited to see what Brandon and Travis can do with the podcast once new Rick and Morty content arrives. 683 words. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh Josh Jar Sarsgaard. Thank you, Josh. Great job. He has promised to let us know what grade he gets on this essay. Mm-hmm. A few editor's notes. I want to defend episodes 79 and 80, which certainly are not peak interdimensional RSS. They are genuinely us spinning out after 2 years of no Rick and Morty. So I would have loved to hear Josh's opinion on a mid season 3 recap episode. That would be pretty interesting.
I appreciate his review because he gave us 3 out of 5 stars, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, this shitty shit. The fact that he gave us 3 out of 5, even for those 2 episodes,
those were definitely 3 out of 5 episodes.
Those are us being like, well, we've only got 2 months to go. We're almost there.
The other thing that his review does is highlights the fact that at midnight it will officially be 2 years without any new Rick and Morty episodes. 2 full years, ladies and gentlemen. That is something. Boy. But yeah, thanks again to Josh. Thanks for the review. Thank you. It's awesome. I'm gonna have that. You wrote my I don't know my resume that for whenever I need a new job. It's gonna be that.
You basically wrote our elevator pitch for this show.
Yeah, if we're going on the Empire State Building. But yeah. So those are reviews this week. Thank you to everyone that's left a
I get
review
it,
on the
because
podcast.
the Empire State Building is very tall.
Also, the truth is we're not above slinging, male fertility products or high price underwear. Make us an offer, folks. Make us an offer. We will sling your ads. We'll do ad reads. We're not above it. But yeah, and if you would like to leave a review on this podcast or any of our podcasts, you can head over to Apple Podcasts and let us know what you think of the show. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. Write an essay if that's what you're into. But you don't have to. It doesn't have to be 683 words. It can be however many you like.
10 words.
10 words. Yeah, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is episode 82 of Interdimensional RSS. We are weeks away from brand new Rick and Morty reviews. So if you have friends, if you have people in your life that love Rick and Morty but don't know about the podcast yet, now's the time. Start sharing it with them. Maybe if you're going through like a rewatch with some friends gearing up for season 4, you can use this podcast as a nice little companion piece to go back and look at all of our reviews from the show and all that stuff. Yeah, so thanks to those of you that have shared this with. Oh my goodness.
Hey,
guys, the echo is listening.
I do not like Rick and Morty podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna start getting reviews from her now. All right, well, that is our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for watching, everybody on YouTube and Twitch. Please go follow us out on those platforms as well. We love hanging out, doing post show hangouts with all the people tuning in live on streams. Just about every Monday night. So, yeah, thank you. I've said thank you like 20 times, Brandon.
20 times.
Oh, it's trivia time. Trivia time in the post show. And until 2 weeks from now, I'm Travis.
And I am Brandon. And thank you so much for listening. And we'll catch you on the other side of the music.
Bye. No, Matt, we're not done.
We're not done. The music's still playing. I mean,
we're doing the post show. We're doing the post show now. I stopped recording on my end, so.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, I did too.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show, Interdimensional RSS
post show. Our interdimensional post show, where we do things for fun because it makes more sense interacting with you when we're not doing a podcast for people who aren't live. Okay, I'm gonna throw some trivia questions out there. We're not playing for points, or maybe I'll give you some what are our points here in Twitch? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Schmeckles. I don't know what.
That's right.
Have you guys tried bits? Anybody watching on Twitch? No. You can like win things, right? What are those little things you guys win for watching? Somebody drop it in chat. What are those things called?
Bits.
Forks. They're called nope, not points.
Points. What is that fork thing about, Matt? Jeez. Fork. All right. I'm gonna ask a trivia question, and then here's what you do. Here, I'm gonna ask a trivia question and not have the answers right in front of you. Just kidding. That wasn't the answers. This is the answers. All right. Who can answer this? Riddle me this. Riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat? Who said that line? In which movie? Go.
The Riddler in
which movie?
Batman.
Which one?
Begins? Batman Begins?
Oh, nope. R10NX gets it right. That's right.
Forever. Dang it. I
That-
thought forever, and then I was like, is it? Yeah.
you messed up,
All right.
man.
Well, that's it for me, guys. I'm
That's our
retiring
show
from
for tonight.
podcasting. I'm out.
That's our show for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. All right, here's a question. What? Who was Tammy a deep cover agent for?
Hey, John West hitting the subscribe button. Thank you,
Oh
John.
dang! He drew our pickle faces. All right. Oh, there it is. There it is.
The real MVP.
Okay. Who was Tammy a deep cover agent for? Giving it 10, 9,
Well,
8,
you gotta account for
7,
the delay.
6. Ah, there we go. Scary Terry Folds. Getting it? Galactic Federation.
That
That is.
Galactic Fed.
Ooh, dang. You
I
got
could
it,
answer
bro.
that question for
You got
money.
all right. Here we go. What was Gearhead's actual name? In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't even know if they like heard the question by the time you're done counting down.
Yeah, I know. I
The
know.
lag is real, bro.
No, your lag is real.
Bruh.
R10 and X. Oh, yeah. R10 and 1X. I mean, you got part of it. Revolio is his first name. Scary Terry Folds messed up his first name, but got his second names right. So it is
Clockberg
Revolio
Jr.
Clockberg Jr. That's right.
And Matt with the ravioli.
Ravioli Jr. All right. So maybe I'll give it 15 seconds. It's probably like a 15
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
I wonder if there's a way in stream where I could actually like make a buzzer or something.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there probably is. I used to have sound on this board. I can probably like record. That's dumb. Okay, here we go. Who was the Smith family's robot butler? Jeez. In 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's right. The butler's name was Conroy. Conroy, everybody. Everybody knows that. Oh, Matt, you're close. You're close. You're close. Oh, I cashed in Smeckles for a truth or dare. Oh, did he?
Oh.
Did he?
Did he?
Oh, dang. Did he? All right. Oh, shit.
Oh, it says 4 minutes ago has redeemed truth or dare.
Oh, dang.
Dare you to drink the fleeb. That's
Oh,
the dare, bro.
What?
You got dared.
I get a choice. I get a choice.
Nope. He dared you to drink the fleeb. You got to do it.
No, I gave you 50 billion points. You can't. All right. So I'm not gonna. You didn't. The dare wasn't to drink the whole thing. It is
Drink the
just
fleeb.
to drink it. So again, thank you, Homar, for providing me the fleeb juice. It probably tastes like Red Bull. I mean, let's be honest. It probably
You
just
think
tastes
so?
like.
A satisfying click to the aluminum can.
Can you smell it? Can you hear it?
Hey, we're gonna do an ASMR challenge.
Here we go.
All right. It's bubbling. It's bubbling. It's bubbling in your ears.
Yeah, I'm the one doing it, and it's like giving me the weird like tingle. Oh, all right. Here we go. Let's see.
Brandon is smelling
I got,
the drink.
I got a Samuel Adams.
Oh, I got one of those.
Yeah, it's from Boston. So.
Bastin, you got to get you one of these.
Oh, no.
Meeseeks shot glass. That's pre-shot.
This is what
That's post-shot.
this is what Mr. Adams uses to when he popping open a fresh barrel of his ale.
When he's got that
Mm.
Sam Adams Oktoberfest. Not a sponsor. So we could do ad reads. We could do it. Just all right.
Uh,
Walk us through it, Brandon. Tell us all about it.
Okay, let me let me see. No, so D-Squeeze, this was refrigerated. I didn't just like pull it out of like my car after a 90-degree day.
Also, I have a refrigerator right here. It's the best office ever.
Well,
tell us all about it. What does it taste like?
let me ask you this. Have you ever had a carbonated beverage?
Yes.
All right. Let's start with that. It has carbonation in it. It's sweet. It has a kind of like a almost a Nutri-Sweet-ish kind of back aftertaste.
Can you hit us with those nutrition facts, bruh?
Oh, that's a great thing. So Fleeb juice. Let me take another sip. Okay. Nutrition facts. It has 160 calories. Ooh, 160 calories, 12 fluid ounces, 355 milliliters. Has no fat. That's good. Has 160 milligrams of sodium, 41 carbs, or 41 grams of carbohydrates, 40 grams of sugar, 40 grams of added sugars, no protein, 67 milligrams of potassium, niacin, 13 milligrams, vitamin B6, B12, and pantothenic acid.
That sounds natural.
It does. It does. But you know it's official because it says Adult Swim and Rick and Morty on the back. Brewed in Boston, actually. Oh, there you go. Boston.
Oh, the Sam Adams glass was appropriate.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is probably about the most I can drink for tonight because otherwise I'm not going to sleep and my boss will be like, "What happened to Cruz?" And they'll be like, "Nope, he's dead."
I started playing Plumbus how they do that
where the
over you talking.
Is rubbed against it. It's important that the fleeb is rubbed because the fleeb has all the
Matt,
fleeb
it's
juice.
Pathetic acid.
The fleeb has all the fleeb juice, guys. So that's another in a long list of Rick and Morty branded merchandise and things that you can have. I wasn't here. I got a new Rick and Morty mug.
I wasn't gonna drink any alcohol tonight, and then I was like, I'm gonna try this friggin' I'm gonna try this energy drink. I better get the bigger. Oh, that mug is nice.
Yeah, my sister sent me this.
Ooh,
yeah.
I dig that mug. That's a bitchin' mug, man.
That's a nice mug.
Nice.
Yeah, it's officially licensed as well. 20 ounces of ceramic containerization. Available for sale at TJ Maxx is where she got it apparently. So, are you chasing that crap drink with vodka?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm chasing that crap drink with, so I can go to sleep. Let's see, guys partaking in sober October? No way! Get out of town! Get out of here!
Is that yeah, that's easy for me, but I probably won't because I still have one Oktoberfest left, and so unless I drink it right now, and then technically it's not October.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, all right. Well, let's see. Oh, D Squeeze mentioned that in 3 days from now I'll have lost my job and I'll spend all my remaining money on Fleeb juice as Chelsea and my son leave me. Just like more Fleeb, more Fleeb.
You guys got any of that Fleeb juice? How do you do an Oktoberfest? in Sober October. That's counterintuitive. That's
Well,
interesting.
so I know where Matt and I grew up. Oktoberfest is like always the last week of September. It's weird. It's like Oktoberfest is leading into October. It's not in as Matt's Matt's saying Baxter Stockman. He's actually making an inside joke that he and I talked about on S4YA that nobody in the the chat will get. He and I are the only two that understand this.
Yep, Baxter
That I,
Stockman.
that I named.
Yeah, I I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I was like, it dawned on me today that if we wanted to market it this way, we could call Apathetic Enthusiasm a podcast network. We could be our own network of podcasts because we've got 3. That seems like enough.
We haven't been doing that. I thought that's what we were doing this entire time.
I should fix some descriptions in places. Yeah.
All right. All right. Here's the deal, everybody. It's time for a little thing we like to call Mad Libs time.
Mad Libs.
Mad Libs time. Let's
Mad Libs.
Let's bring it up. Hey everybody, come on in. Bring in the Mad Libs. Okay, all right. Okay, you too. Huh?
I would love it more than anything if just like 50 people started pouring in through your office door, like they'd been standing out there the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Yeah, me too. Oh, yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna do some Rick and Morty Mad Libs. And the way we've been doing this, we've been refining it every time we've done it, which is 2 times.
D-Squeeze coming in early with the juicy recommendation.
Coming in with that juicy. All right. So here are the types of words we need. Okay. Travis, do me a favor. You talk, and I'm gonna put what I need into the chat. All right.
Ooh, okay. So, if for those of you who have not played Mad Libs before, this is a common game where Brandon will ask a series of types of words. They might be nouns, they might be adjectives, they might be adverbs, they could be the name of a person or a place. I don't know, other types of words. But what he's going to do is he's typing these into chat, and then we will take recommendations from you in chat for what words should be in the Mad Libs. So I don't know exactly what he's doing. He has just asked me to talk.
These are all the words I need.
Yeah, so hit us up with your nouns, parts of bodies, plural nouns, silly words, and a vehicle, and so on and so forth. And Brandon will start plugging those in. We've already got some words coming in.
Is dank an adjective or a noun?
Phalanges. That I'm gonna count that as a part of the body.
Is that how you spell phalanges?
That's how I'm gonna read phalanges.
Okay, yeah, and that's a noun. That's a.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's part of the body. Duh.
Kitty. Floopy flops. That's clearly a plural noun.
Okay. Let's see.
Coming in from YouTube with the face vagina from Omar.
Is that
double down from Matt?
What does he say? Oh.
Our vehicle looks like a 64 Chevette.
Okay, 64 Chevette.
Plural nouns, chihuahuas.
Ooh, okay. Chihuahuas.
What are we missing? We need some more nouns. Drop those nouns in there.
Oh, come on! Don't. Just because I like vagina doesn't mean I have a vagina face. Okay. Let's see.
We also had dank, portly, fondly.
I need a place. Do we get a place? Couple more nouns. Floopy floops. I'll put that as a noun. A singular.
Anchorage, Alaska.
Alas. I think you didn't mean to put the Y on there, but I love Anchorage, Alaska.
Sherman Hemsley. It's a noun.
Okay.
I guess.
That's a proper noun, Matt. Come on.
Yeah.
Get Sherman out of here.
Hit us with some verbs, guys. Hit us with some.
I need
nouns.
I need 2 more adjectives and 2 nouns and a verb. Let's see. Plural natural. I got that. Ron, remember. Font. 2 nouns.
You need a verb.
I do need a verb. Yeah. Muncher. Yeah, I guess that's an adjective. Like somebody is a muncher. Is that?
That would be a noun.
Kicked. Okay, there you go. Kicked. Get that verb in there. Gently.
Do you need adjectives?
Yeah, adjectives.
Oh, grotesque.
Oh, thank you, Travis. Grotesque. I don't need adverbs. Adverbs is the ones that end in ly.
What are we missing, Brandon?
Space. Ooh, space. There you go. All right, we're almost there. Oh, a silly word, plural. Need that.
Oh, I thought we had that.
Maybe
Floopy flops.
No, I put that as a plural or a noun.
Oh, all right, another silly word.
Coward. Oh, cowardice that could be a noun. Verb poot. Okay, thanks, Matt. That's that's a silly verb poots. I think if you're doing plural, verb poots. All right, here's the last thing I need. I just need 2 adjectives. 2 adjectives. Description words. 2 adjectives. Sober is a silly word. D squeeze. Poots. Imogen Poots. She's an actress. She's a very good actress. Travis, what word would you use to describe something?
Bald.
Raunchy. Okay, I'll use raunchy. and rickety. There we go. Rickety. Bam. Now all I have to do is fill in the blanks. Travis, while I'm doing that, you go ahead and...
What were you writing that whole time?
Well, it gives me I put them all here. Last time I messed up because last time I just filled in the things as
okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Mad Libs. Thank you for your participation. As the judges tabulate their scores and come up with our final and most mad of the libs. Yeah, Brandon, he's writing. He's trying to ignore what I'm saying so that he can write.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I know. I know you have the headphones on your head.
Verb poots.
Yeah, who's stoked for season 4? Any predictions, guys? Any thoughts?
Of that. Classic car. Anchorage, Alaska.
Yep, just a bunch of adult males playing Mad Libs via the internet, via the World Wide Web.
That's right. Oh,
we got a prediction that Rick and Morty survive. Bold prediction. I think you're right though.
All right, here we go. We ready? We ready for this, Travis?
I am waiting with bated breath.
Oh, here we go. Hook up your cable boxes to catch some dank shows from across the multiverse. There's the action thriller Grotesque Fondlers and the popular crime drama series starring Baby Phalanges and his partner, Rickety Legs. Follow Steely on the adventures of Steely as he steals office supplies from Chihuahuas and guesses how many verb boots they're worth. Man versus car pits a raunchy man against a regular 64 Chevette in a death match. Figure out how you arrived in the Anchorage, Alaska, in the hilarious game show How Did I Get Here? And don't forget to catch this summer's blockbuster, Two Brothers, featuring the story of two face vaginas who get attacked by floopy floop monsters during a space invasion. Interdimensional cable has endless channels, so there's always something to kick.
Yeah! And ladies and gentlemen, that is how Rick and Morty is written. That's... Now, lots of talented writers on the show, obviously. That is just how the interdimensional cable shows are written.
Hey, let me talk a little, do a little critique on the comics a little bit. I feel like that is how they came out with Interdimensional Cable 3 in the comics.
Yeah,
because it was not that great. Scary Terry, you can back me up on that. I think. But anyway, that's Mardlibs.
Mardlarbs.
That's Mardlibs.
Some Rad Labs.
Oh, Rad Labs. Yeah, no, that's it. Hey, I don't have anything else other than to finish this vodka. The Rick and Morty D&D is out. Part 2. You should
Yeah, I know. I'm a trade guy. I'm gonna get that sweet, probably hardback edition whenever they come out with it.
Yeah.
Assuming they'll come out with another hardback edition.
A hardback.
And I'll be honest with you, reading the Rick and Morty vs. Dungeons and Dragons complete collection as one story, I enjoyed much more than if I had to wait week to week to get through the entire thing.
Yeah, I get you. I have the Rick and Morty D&D at my desk at work, and people are constantly like D&D, and then Rick and Morty, cool, and then the other times people will be like Rick and Morty, D&D. It's just the damnedest thing.
It's bridging two fandoms together.
This has nothing to do with Rick and Morty. I just remember that I have all these magazines with like old school kind of art, and I just love it. I just love it. I just wanted to point that out.
All right.
We're just killing time here. Let me ask you a question, Travis. A real quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you listen to any of the Bald Move podcasts? Have you ever listened to any of the Bald Move podcasts?
Bald Move?
Yeah.
I've never heard of the podcast.
Oh, well, so Bald Move, like they're a network, and they're the ones who are sponsored by Starburns with the Pickle Me Rick or whatever podcast. And I was just wondering if you had listened to that, or if anybody else had listened to it. Not that we're telling you should, but we are in front of them right now, and on the charts. I just thought that was
weird,
cool.
Weird flex, but okay.
No, I just think it's cool. Hey, D Squeeze 321. You do that guy does a Rick and Morty podcast?
Yeah, that guy with the yellow face and no hair. I think that's me. I think that's me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, did you listen to the whole Harmontown?
Not done with it yet. I've listened to most of it.
You're like in the middle of the Ed Neumeyer interview.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Rick and Morty, a RoboCop. I gotta watch that again, man.
Let me see how far. Yeah, I'm about halfway through. You have 10 seconds to comply.
Yeah, it's Prime Directive. I love how they just every once in a while like, all right, Rob, you get a question.
You get a question now.
Yeah. You get a question. That's
yeah. What else?
I reached out to Rob Schraub on Instagram to try to get him on the Twilight Zone podcast.
Did he ghost you?
Well, I mean, it was yesterday. I'll give him some time. I did like all my tweets about Creepshow on Twitter, and so I fell in love at that point in time.
Yeah.
Have you seen RoboCop?
If I have, I don't remember it. I did realize listening to it that I was like, I should watch it because I don't know if I've seen it or not. I feel like I've seen clips of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's classic cinema. That's classic cinema.
Classic.
I know you haven't seen a lot of things that I watched as a kid. And so I'm not gonna shame you or like put you into a bucket of shame for things that you haven't seen. But the original RoboCop was a lot of the satire, I guess, was lost on me when I was a kid watching it, because it is ultra violent, and that's kind of the point of it. And listening to the interview, it occurred to me that they talk a little bit about RoboCop being just a cheesy name for a title of a movie, um, and them talking about the CEOs made RoboCop, and of course the CEOs are losers, so of course they would just come up with the cheesy generic name like RoboCop,
Right.
and so it all ties in together. And I'm like, let me go. I should watch this again. I didn't. I watched John Wick 3, which is also super violent.
I was trying to see which, if any, streaming providers had RoboCop on them. I don't think they do.
Really? No, maybe maybe Amazon Prime does?
Maybe. I don't know. Not Rick and Morty related in any way, shape, or form. But anyway, was Travis sheltered? Not really. Not really sheltered. I was a terrified young child. So I didn't watch a ton of stuff. I don't know, like certain things I watched early on and other things I was like creeped out by. I don't think I was ever like creeped out by RoboCop. I just probably I just didn't watch it. So yeah, I don't know. Cuz like Terminator freaked me out when I was a kid, but then I got over that. So yeah. But then I like watched Jurassic Park like 4 times in the theaters or whatever, however many times that was. So
yeah, right. Well, Jurassic Park was a direct sequel to Terminator.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's like,
but like, there's like, I don't know, dudes getting eaten by T-Rexes and stuff in that movie. Spoilers. Sorry for the spoilers.
No. I've been saving myself since '93.
What is going on with this hair situation? What's with the part? What's with
every once in a while, I just like parting my hair in the middle because it makes me look like a 20s, like I'm like from the 20s.
Yeah, real. It's a real swinging speakeasy there.
I've been growing my hair out because you've seen that picture of me and my brothers where my hair is like really froey.
Yeah.
So next month for my brother's wedding, I'm trying to grow it out so I can get it kind of froey again, so I can redo that, kind of remake that picture.
You guys all see Brandon just flexing all this hair right in front of my face, right? You guys see this, right?
Yeah, that's
what a jerk. It's like, I'm just gonna grow out my hair like that's an option.
And I don't have any gel in it right now either. So you usually I just like it's like super gelled, and I look so slick. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to the bar and just show all these men and women just how beautiful I am. But not now, not right now. Right now it's just dry. It's dry, no product. It's all natural,
So natural. Yeah.
If
hair products.
If you could have your show now. If you could have your hair back, Travis, like what would you do? Like what would your style be? Like
I'm sure
if they came out with a product like in that Bugs Bunny cartoon where these got like the but then like it actually had hair. Like what would your style be?
I don't. I. It's so not something I've thought about anymore. I've just completely given away that part of my consciousness. I don't know. Maybe it'd be like real trendy. Get one of them hard parts all the kids are talking about.
What what is that? What is
No,
that?
just I mean, basically, it would look like yours when it's done. It would just be short on the sides, and yeah,
Okay.
and I get some glasses, and we could be twins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Would when your hair is black? It was black at one point in time, or
It's like brown, like uh, yeah. Sometimes in the summer months, it got to look somewhat blonde, but
okay.
yeah, it's a light medium brown color.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Well, are you gonna do you, can you are you capable of like growing like a big bushy beard? Oh shit.
Yes.
See
Yes.
that's where you got me. I got that
So
down.
here's the intent, right? Is this is gonna stay the same because as nature intended. But then the elongation of the face as the full beard comes out. One day, at a very precise number of years from now, I I will begin the work on growing that beard. I look forward to it.
I look forward to seeing
Do
it.
I, oh, D Squeeze wants to know if I got any pics. I don't have pics in color, but recently, I found a picture of myself from my freshman yearbook, and I took a picture on my phone, and this is why I don't have hair, because I don't deserve it anymore. So that kid, look at that guy.
Like, oh my god, you're cute, man.
Look at how much hair I had. Yeah. So
You
much
are
hair. So much hair.
you're cute, man.
Just
Uh,
a skinny little punk kid in Southern California.
that's right. That's right. I can never find any of my pictures when I wanna see them.
Bye, Matt.
Oh, Matt's leaving. Oh no. Here's a picture of me and Matt Sizebode in choir together. Look at those two cuties. Those two cute button cutes.
Uh,
I don't have anything else.
yeah. Yeah. All right. Well,
Here's me eating a bunch of jalapeno poppers. Do you remember that, Travis?
is that my table?
No, that's in my house, but
Oh,
I think
that's
that was
yours.
for Thanksgiving.
Man,
No, it doesn't matter.
so good. Hey, should we overpromise something right now that we don't know that we can deliver on?
Oh yeah, sure.
So if our estimations are correct on when season 4 will start, Brandon and I will most likely be in the same state when that happens. So it is possible that our season 4 episode 1 podcast we will record in the same place, and we'll try to do a live stream from an undisclosed location. And actually be together for that episode. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited that we could do that. If you guys have any like thoughts or stuff that we could do when we're in the same place, that would be fun to know about. And yeah, excited for that. Season 4, episode 1.
That's gonna be
doing
super...
it live.
F it, we're doing it live. That is gonna be great. You know what else is gonna be great? When I get to redo this picture. Oh my god.
You're so pro-y. Oh my gosh. Are you guys trying to recreate that exact picture? Is that what you're doing?
I think I'm the only one who actually is trying to do
Okay.
this point in time. But the problem is just finding those shirts. I think my brother, a white button up shirt, no problem. I think I have a red shirt that my younger brother can have, but the brown shirt, my mom at the time, she's like, I want you to wear brown. You look so good in brown, Brandon. Like, no, looks like crap. Like, you're taking a picture. You love me. Um, and so now now I just want to redo that.
Okay.
Relive the memory.
Omar mentioned that he said live reaction stream. Yeah. Those are always weird, right? Because I mean, do you just want to watch us watching the show?
There's something about live reactions that the millennial in me doesn't understand. Like whenever there's like a scary something or there's reaction videos to something like shocking, and then people record themselves reacting to something shocking, like I don't actually care. Like I don't care about somebody reacting to something. I attribute it to kind of like when you have a funny video that's on YouTube and you really want people to watch that funny video with you, and so you put it on for them, and then you just you get your arm ready, your chin, your hand on your chin, you're like, here it comes, here it comes,
This is the part.
great
Watch this. You ready?
great whistle. Watch, let's
Here
listen,
it comes. Ready?
listen, listen.
No. Shh. Here it is. Right here. Ah.
I'm
Ah.
cool friends. And then they don't laugh, and you're like, no, watch,
Hold on. Let me play it again. Here, no, you have to understand the context.
rewind it. It's kind of like that. Like, I don't get a chub watching somebody react to a video like
Good.
who won the
Good.
Bachelor. You know,
I'm glad you don't. Uh, yeah, and we tried an episode. I think the first time we attempted to do like a review episode, maybe it was it was leading up to season 3, and we tried to do like a commentary over the pilot, and it wasn't great. I don't know.
No. We like Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah.
And I feel like I on Twitter I saw some people complaining about like horror fests and people going to them and then like commenting throughout the movie, like trying to be funny and stuff while they're in the theater. And we probably talked about this on AE before, but MST3K, all that stuff it's scripted. By the way, Rob Schraub worked on it. I'm just saying, it's all scripted, and they have to they get the jokes and they work on the timing, and then, okay, cool, let's practice it. It's not all spontaneous. It's not all spontaneous.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when we're like when we tried doing it over the pilot, I think we tried talking, but it's almost I I hate listening to director's commentary when people talk over everything because they miss important things, and then I don't actually know what's happening on the episode. Yeah, I don't know.
And we obviously didn't work on the show, so we don't have like real insider information about it. Part of me thinks it'd be fun to do like bonus content for our listeners where we just do like 10 half-hour episodes or like 22-minute episodes where we legit just do a commentary track, and it's not good, or it's not it's not really insightful, but it's there, and you can hit play at the same time and hear us talk over your favorite episodes of Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Featuring special guest Brandon's wife.
If we could get an interview on this podcast, who would you guys want to see?
Ooh. That's a good question, Travis.
That's why I asked it. It popped into my little brain, and it just.
Let me ask you, if you wanted to see anybody interviewed on the show, who would it be? And
Oh,
no answer is off the table.
that's a good question, Brandon.
Oh, thanks, Travis. Why don't you repeat it? Why don't you repeat it? Just repeat it. Like anybody.
Hey, now here's what I want to know. You guys,
Okay.
if we were to interview someone on the podcast, anybody at all, who would you want us to interview?
Okay. We have two for Chris Parnell.
Oh.
And you know what? This is gonna. I don't want this to sound shitty. But I was like, you're a bunch of assholes, Omar and D Squeeze. You know Chris Cornell is dead. Like for
you dumb dummy.
I feel so bad about it. I know it wasn't meant to be a joke. I legitimately saw Chris Parnell and thought, "Oh, that's too soon, Omar."
D Squeeze wants us to interview my dog. who she's not outside scratching right now. She's fine. She's probably upstairs. That she's okay. Yeah, a lot of response for voice actors. Parnell, Sarah Chalk,
Brandon,
Mr. Goldenfold himself. Yeah, we could reach out to some folks.
Yeah. And with this in mind, there's absolutely no promises or guarantee that we'll even.
Oh yeah, high probability none of them will even respond to us.
In some cases, we'd be like, yeah, go dox them to make sure they get interviewed for us. I'm just joking about that.
Be cool, guys. Be cool.
Please don't. I think I've seen that before where podcasts will be like, hey, listener, thanks for listening to the show. Hey, go hit up Hulk Hogan on Twitter and say you want to hear him on Hulk Hogan podcast, the WWF Legacy podcast. Where we talk about WWF.
Terrible.
Well, I mean, I'm using Hogan as an example.
No, I don't mean because of Hogan. I just mean the practice of using your audience as a mob.
Oh, I was like, wow, you really don't like wrestling.
Hulkamaniacs, brother.
Yeah, no, don't make fun of wrestling because Omar loves wrestling.
Well,
he loves it.
I feel like you're just personally attacking Omar in this overtime.
No. He loves wrestling. He's been to like WrestleMania like 7 times. Like whenever it comes to Tampa, he's like, "Oh, I can't go to work tomorrow. I got to go see WrestleMania." SummerSlam. It's a big match tonight, bruh.
So Brandon will get right on contacting all those people to see if they'll be on our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it is, guys. If you've ever wanted to know what a day in the life of a podcaster is looking for guests, just know that it's uncertainty, it's writing emails, backspacing a lot, writing again, backspacing, and then eventually being like, just fucking do it. Like, the worst thing you can do is say no.
Especially when you're introverted podcasters like we are. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, Travis, I'm sending it.
After you send me like 4 drafts, I'm like, just hit send, bro. It's fine. It's good.
It's so true. Yeah. Telenovela. D Squeeze, Omar talking about wrestling. I used to watch the Luchadors over at my great grandpa's house in Monrovia, and my great grandpa he was awesome. In Mexican wrestling, let me tell you, this WWF horse patooey, Not the Luchadors. Them some badasses.
It's WWE, Brandon.
WWF. It'll always be WWF for me. No, it's you know why they changed it, right?
Do you know because of the World Wildlife Foundation or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. All right. Well, I should probably go edit this and make sure that the interview portion is finished already.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. We have a ton of fun hanging out with all of you on Monday nights, as well as on Fridays when we do our Apathetic Enthusiasm game nights. We played D&D last week, and we will be playing again this Friday. So if you're not caught up on the Desert of Oriu campaign, you can. There's plenty of hours of content that you can follow up on Twitch or on YouTube. And yeah, that is it. That's it for tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. And Brandon, any final words?
Yeah. If you love golf, make sure you download Golf Battle. I'm just so good at it. And I think we could talk about this for another couple minutes. No. A real story though. GTA 5, 6, whatever it is. If you go out, make sure you go log in to GTA Online. You get a free $1 million if you log in between now and October 2nd.
Not a sponsor. All right, that's it.
Also, Creep Show. Make sure you go watch Creep Show.
I'm just gonna hit end stream while Brandon's still talking, guys. Thank you for hanging out. We will see you guys next time. Bye.